Hey everyone, my name's Amanda. This is Building Characters. Recently I was just watching a lot of critic and analysis videos on YouTube, because that's just what I do. And it kind of hit me how easy it is to be just super critical of something. For example, it's really easy for me to just look at a painting and be like, I don't really like that painting, it doesn't look good to me. Art is very opinion-based. And that isn't to say that there isn't a right or wrong way to do something with art, but when it comes to how people view it, it's very much subjective. I think it's very important for artists to know that not everyone is going to like your art, and that's okay. But when it comes to jobs in art industries such as filmmaking, I think people often have a skewed idea of what those jobs actually entail. So originally I was wanting to do a kind of behind the scenes vlog for our short film that's coming out, or maybe it is out at this point. I think it's out. But kind of long story short, it kind of never was able to happen. Maybe next time. Sorry, guys. But the reason that I wanted to do a behind-the-scenes footage vlog is kind of to show what it's like to be on a real set. I know there's already tons of YouTube videos and exclusive DVD behind-the-scenes footage, but I don't know, none of them, in my opinion, really accurately show how it is to work on a set. Most of those behind-the-scenes footage type things is kind of more of a highlight reel of all the good moments while they were making the film, which, to be honest, is the more entertaining thing to watch. But if you want to be in the film business, I think it's an important thing to kind of know about. So being on set, it's a job, it's work. Depending on your job, you could be just sitting there for hours waiting until you're needed for your specific job. And then other than that, you're just sitting there for hours. Kind of bored. If you have a more critical role in the film, you don't get really a break. You are always on the go. Even when it's lunch break, you might still be doing paperwork or something. You're just always on the job. And you're on set for typically 12 to 14 hours. It might be shorter if you're lucky, but probably not. One time I was on set for 14 hours straight, very hungry because I had not eaten very much, although that was partly my fault, I will say. But I was very tired, and at the end of the day, I was so happy to just go home. Also, here at Building Characters, we have to write weekly sketches and monthly short films, and sometimes you get burned down on writing. You just don't really know what to write. You're not feeling creative that one week or something, and you just have to do it anyway. You just have to muster it up and write something. It may not be your best work, but you gotta turn something in. It's a job. Now, that isn't to say that I'm not passionate about my job. I am, but any job, it's gonna have its good and its bad moments. It's gonna have moments where you love being there and you love what you're doing. And it's gonna have moments where you're just I want to go home now. And filmmaking has a lot of processes. The pre-production process, it's the most important part of the process. It's where you do all your planning, all your location scouting. You gotta get the cast, the crew, the food, everything. If you're the director, you gotta write all of your directing notes and make all of these specific plans, because once you're on set, you don't get a whole lot of time to make a lot of mistakes on your directing. And that pre-production process could take months or years depending on the project. And then you have your on-set process where everyone comes together, they're all on a specific job, and they're all working hard to get this film made. But it's also when you're working 12 to 14 hours a day, and sometimes you just get frustrated. You get frustrated with people or the project, and no matter how much you plan, I guarantee something will go wrong. It never fails. Something will happen, and you will have to make adjustments on the fly. Then you got your post-production, which is editing, music, sound effects, color correction, and honestly, you're probably going to have to go back and do reshoots. You're going to realize that something went wrong, or you forgot something. You're going to have to get the cast and crew back together again and go out and redo some takes. And if you're like me when you're editing, you often notice all of the horrible mistakes in the background as soon as you're editing. And you're just how did we miss this? What? I can't use this. But then sometimes you just have to. You have to use it because it's the only usable take you have. You have to enter into film festivals, which you have to pay for. And, a lot of times you have to fill out paperwork. If you fill out one thing wrong, sorry, try again next year. And we haven't even touched on like promotion, distribution, and all that work. Again, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from filmmaking. I think this is a great and rewarding job at times, but like any job, you have to be able to take the good with the bad. I had a professor tell me once that if you're gonna go into this field, you have to have a passion for the process, not the finished product. And that is so true because you're never going to be fully satisfied with your film. There's always going to be something that went wrong. It's never going to look like how you envisioned it in your head. And there's going to be mistakes, and there's going to be some compromises you had to make, and that's okay. Actually, with all of the stuff you have to go through and all of the things that do often go wrong when you're making a film, it's a wonder films even manage to get made. But that's this week's video for you. If you're a filmmaker or you want to be a filmmaker, put down in the comments what you think might be some of the pros or cons of being a filmmaker. And as always, if you want to see more videos, sketches, vlogs, new short film, hit that subscribe button, like this video for me, and as always, my name's Amanda. I'll see you next time.